Welcome back to the 2 Cents Sports Podcast. We got a special episode for you today. Got Luke, Joey along with me. We're doing a fantasy football draft. Boys, it is that season. I don't know about you guys. I got my real draft coming up. I know you guys got some drafts too. So we thought we'd give the viewers, some expert tips. We joined an expert 10-team head-to-head points PPR mock draft. This is on ESPN. Luke has the second spot. I got the sixth spot. Joey has the ninth spot. So as you can see, draft room is now open. We're gonna enter that. And
Let's go.
yeah, boys, it's gonna be a good episode.
Let's go, boys. This is hype. It's that time of year. It's the time of year that gets me most excited.
I love fantasy football. I don't know what it is. It's just like I forget about it once it ends in like January, because then all the basketball stuff starts to pick up and the NBA finals, and you're like, oh wait, it's like July. Time to cook up some fantasy football mocks.
So Luke, you got the second overall pick here, so
Yes, sir.
you can talk to us. Like, what are you thinking? Because we can't snipe your pick here. So what's your thought process going in for pick 2?
I mean, if Christian McCaffrey falls to me somehow, you're gonna take him. We'll see if whoever's in front of me has a pulse and takes him. But don't love. I've historically been quoted saying I don't love taking him in fantasy. Excuse me, just due to how much he gets hurt. He's the ultimate high risk, big high risk, high reward type pick. But if he's there, I'm taking him. If not, I'm probably gonna have to take Tyreek Hill.
Oh, wow,
Well, that was loud.
that was loud. And then McCaffrey's gone.
I just, I like Bijan Robinson and I like Breece Hall. I don't know if they're number 2 overall picks in fantasy good, though. I think if I'm going with it, and I don't love the whole Jamar Chase situation, I think in this one, they're going to have to go with Tyreek.
Okay, wow.
It's a solid pick, yeah.
I just don't, I don't love Breece Hall and Bijan Robinson that high.
I don't either.
And I like Jamar Chase. Don't get me wrong, nothing against Jamar Chase, but if you look at that whole just off-season situation with his contract, I don't know. He could maybe get off to a slow start this year. I wouldn't have taken him there. I wouldn't have liked that pick there either.
All right, look at the board. I'm up next.
Oh, there goes CD2. Right.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm kind of a Luke. This Jamar Chase contract situation is kind of scaring me. I have the 6th pick in my actual draft, so I picked the spot on purpose, even though it's kind of a 12-person. But I'm taking Justin Jefferson. Like, I don't really care about what the quarterback situation is there. We saw he cycled through some quarterbacks last year. He missed a bunch of games, and he still put up 1,000 yards. I mean, him as like the 8th ranked fantasy player it's kind of silly, to be honest. So I'll take him at 6 there every time.
All right, bro. Oh, let's go. They left me Jamar Chase at 9. I know you guys are worried about it, but how can you not let him get it figured out?
Joey, I wouldn't be worried about it I wouldn't be worried about it at pick 9.
Yeah, this is sick. And if they sort it out and he plays like with Burrow back, I think he breaks out. Oh, okay. Luke, what do you think about that Saquon pick at 10?
Saquon at 10 is not crazy.
I mean, you said he wasn't going to be a top 10 running back.
You did say that. It's on record.
By the way, I'm taking Garrett Wilson. I'm not gonna lie, I did want Jonathan Taylor to slip to me, but Chase and Wilson is crazy to have as my 2 receivers.
That's pretty good. All right, there's like one guy I want here. And he just went. Damn. I wanted Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, wow.
I'm not. Okay. I'm always under the impression you need a running back of the first two, one of your first
Yeah.
two
You
picks,
do,
but like
you do.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not confident with Isaiah Pacheco as my number one running back.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I'm going Puka. I'm flipping the script.
Oh.
2 receivers.
No, I like
I don't
Puka.
really. Cooper Cup is on the way down. Like he's still a talent, but he's on the way down. And what Puka did in his rookie year was just incredible. So, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua to start it off.
Yeah, dude, we stacked receivers so far. A lot of people are saying Garrett Wilson. I'm very happy I got him on the turn there. A lot of people saying this is going to be a massive season for him with Rodgers.
Oh,
He's so talented.
bye,
It definitely
Kyron.
will.
Kyron.
You want a Kyron?
Yeah, I would have taken him
Hmm.
there. All right, fellas, what do we got here?
Oh, Luke's on the clock.
Need a running back here. I think Derrick Henry. Man, I don't love the running back selections here.
I mean, even though I said Derrick Henry was going to be a bust, like the only thing you could hope for from him is the goal line touchdowns. But I really don't see. I just don't see it for him.
I had to take Joe Mixon there. It's a reach for him. I understand that, but he's the second highest running back available, and I don't know translate. So
Yeah,
By the way, you guys are looking at my screen, all the viewers, so I'll cycle through the teams periodically as we go. And as we get down further, we can.
Fellas, I
describe
might
our
speak
team.
out of two sides of my mouth here. Do I double up and get Derrick Henry as RB2?
oh wow, that could actually be a play.
I mean, I wouldn't even consider him an RB2. I would say you kind of have like 2 semi RB1s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dang, I like Marvin
just
Harrison.
goes.
Yeah,
See, this is why I like choosing 2 receivers off the top, because I'm not a fan of. I would not be okay with like Michael Pittman, Drake London, and Nico Collins being my wide receiver too. Those guys are more like flexes, in my opinion. So that's why I'm happy I don't have to take like Drake London here.
I don't know. I think both those guys are very high end twos, honestly.
London.
London.
I mean, Pittman is, but
Pittman
like Drake
for sure.
London. Drake London's a huge. That's just a forecasting thing.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna go with the guy in our last episode I said was most underrated. Give me Rashad White. I don't know if he's gonna be RB4 again, but for him, I'll take him in the 3rd round there to pair with my 2 receivers.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Wow, they left me.
It's sniped.
Well, the fact that London and Pittman are still on the board is kind of crazy. Oh man, I'm gonna have 3 receivers, but I need one of them. But I really think they're both. I'm gonna go with Pittman because he's actually quietly, literally Mr. Consistent, and I'm high on the Colts offense this year. Ayuk goes off the board.
Would you have taken? Actually, I'll let you do your next pick. I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Oh my God, London's still here too. All right, well, that I can't do. If I don't take a running back though, who am I gonna? Who is gonna be my RBs? This is the problem, boys. I'm just going all in on this draft. I'm taking Travis Kelce. The PPR points I'm about to rack up. The PPR points I'm about to get with Chase, Wilson, Kelce, and Pittman. My team's gonna put up big numbers. 0 RB right now.
No, I wanted Sam Laporta. That's tough.
Yeah, Laporta. I honestly could have taken him. I could have taken him over Kelce, honestly, but he's Mr. Tried and Trusty, so I went with Travis.
All right. If I don't take a quarterback right now, I'm not going to get one of these guys, but I don't really think that matters for me. I'm going to go with, honestly, Jalen Waddle as a flex receiver.
I like Waddle. I think his value is pretty good for where we're drafting him, and He's a stud.
I think, yeah, I was going to take Devontae Smith, but that's going back to Luke's point from last episode. That, especially with Jahan Dotson now, there's too many mouths to feed in that offense.
Exactly.
Wait, but how is
Fellas, I'm
Drake
on the.
London available?
I'm just getting to that, Joey. I'm next up. I will
Oh my god,
100% take Drake London with the 39th pick in fantasy. Give me him.
that is a
Please.
big steal. That is a massive steal.
I'll take him there.
But like, I don't know. Maybe you guys are higher on him. I think he's a good talent, but I'm not sure.
I think that's a good value pick, AJ.
I think that's exactly where he should end up. I would not have taken him over Michael Pittman, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, DK. I would have taken all those guys over Drake London.
I could see
He
where
just he hasn't shown anything yet. Granted, his quarterbacks haven't been great.
That's why people are high though.
Not like
it's because Kirk is there now and he feeds receivers.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for me to get a quarterback.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go with the ultimate playmaker here. I'm going to say this right now. Anthony Richardson being ranked over Lamar. What? Oh, folks, we just had an accidental drafting. Folks, I hung my cursor over Anthony Richardson. I was literally just about to say how stupid it is that he's ranked over Lamar and I drafted him. Oh, my goodness, folks. Rookie mistake.
That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
I might have to clip that.
Okay, well, surprisingly, the number one quarterback somehow made it back to me. So obviously I'm taking Josh Allen right now. That's insane. I did not think him or Lamar was going to get back to me.
But Luke, I do have to say real quick,
wow.
that might be a blessing in disguise. Like Richardson was balling, and he's going to be a beast at fantasy.
Yeah, bro, but I'd rather have Lamar though,
which I could take right now if I wanted.
Yeah, go ahead, take him. Someone should enjoy his
No, wait, Joey.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Actually,
oh god, dude, my running back one. Oh no, dude. Oh no, I'm about to auto draft Lamar. I guess I got Lamar.
I was gonna say, because this guy who's picking after you already has a QB, so you didn't have to take Lamar.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to take him at all, even, not gonna lie. But I mean, I guess you can't go wrong with Lamar Jackson in fantasy. All right.
No, you can never.
So my running back one, it's gonna have to be, dang, bro, Swift or Zamir White or Aaron Jones. I like Aaron Jones.
RB1 is gross.
It is gross. I like Aaron Jones. A lot of people don't this year. But finally, he's freed. Like, he's not competing with anyone.
All right, I kind of realized I need a running back too, which is kind of concerning. But at the same time, there's some guys I can wait, I guess.
I actually hate that I have Lamar.
I'm taking Tank Dell. I'm going with a bench receiver.
What am I doing, bro?
I'm fine punting on a running back right now. You're mad at that Lamar pick?
I'm mad at the Lamar pick. I think you can easily wait on a QB this year. Look like Burrow, Stroud, Dak, and Love are all still on the board and will go later.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, for me, having Josh Allen at that spot, that was kind of a no-brainer. I mean, he's basically consistently like the number one.
All right, boys, I got 2 of the next 4 picks. So I think I'm going to go with a playmaker with this pick and then get a tight end with the next pick. I'll take T. Higgins there. He's a good as a flex. I mean, he's a great flex.
Could be even better if Chase holds out.
Yeah, that too. Fellas, I know I just took a receiver, I don't know. I like Chris Godwin to put up some points this year, but I need a tight end. If I don't
You
take
need
a
a tight
tight
end,
end
Luke.
pick, my tight end's gonna be chips. So, how is Dalton Kincaid ranked that much higher than all the other tight ends?
Because there's nobody on the Bills.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
take
it's
him. I'll take him.
I think it's an easy pick for you, Luke. That's pretty.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty good. Pretty good team you got.
yeah. My team's decent. I'm bummed about the quarterback position, but we'll see.
I'm in a weird spot with my next pick here. Because I basically either get no tight end or no running back too.
Welcome to the club. The running back, no running back.
So I think these next few picks in front of me are going to make my decision for me, I think. Jonathan Brooks. All right, I wasn't even looking at him. Like, there's two running backs here that I'd be fine with, but I feel like if I let these tight ends just slide, then I'm like cooked.
Yeah, this because tight ends you can wait until about this point because once like Kittle and Pitts go and Njoku, it's a drop.
Yeah, like that's like
Once
if
Kittle
people
and
are
Pitts
so
go-
high on Drake London because of Kirk Cousins, like Kyle Pitts should be like have a beyond career year.
yeah, could it finally be the Pitts year?
I'm going with him. I think he has a higher floor than George Kittle, I think, for fantasy points wise.
I don't know, AJ. Something
Oh man,
Kyle Pitts has never really clicked with. I don't know. That could work out. That could not.
Well, yeah, that's it. For me, it's the same thing with Drake London.
Well, it could work
If
out.
people
Dude,
are high,
this is awful, yo. I'm about to take like Javonte Williams as my RB2.
Oh no,
Dude, this is bad.
dude! I would take
bad.
I would take Amari Cooper.
I got receiver set, but
You
they're
do,
both
yeah. That's true. That's true. What am I saying?
Oh man, dude. I think I take a shot now with I mean Godwin and out. I do like getting both of them late, but I think I need RB depth because I don't know if these two are gonna work out. So I'm honestly gonna take a shot.
I would take Bijan. Or Brian, I mean.
I wish I could take Bijan.
Brian.
No.
Take Bijan.
I wanted Jaylen Warren.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
him.
him.
And Chris Godwin. Oh my god, dude. These running backs. Ew.
Listen,
these are gross.
I know, dude. This is gross. Duly noted that I'll be taking running backs earlier when I pick at 9. My real draft.
I don't want any. Oh my god, Terry McLaurin. Why is he here? That dude is Mr. Consistent no matter who his quarterback is. That's wild that he's that low.
It's true.
Now I have two bench receivers before I even have a running back too. Like this is what I was talking about, dude. Back when I picked Puka Nacua, I was like, I should pick a running back here. I'm always under the impression you need a running back of the one of your first two picks.
You do.
But it's just like
you don't have a running back 2 yet?
No, I got Rashad White and nobody else.
Oh. That's kind of crazy, bro.
Hey, we're good. Don't worry about me.
Don't
worry what I'm cooking over here. I got the best receiving core in the league, no doubt, though.
Nah, I think mine's better, bro.
I like
at the ends.
I like Deontay Johnson, but man, I don't know if the NFL is the league for Bryce Young. Man,
Carolina scares me. I don't want any part of their team.
They trash.
I just got some running back depth with Spears.
Have they announced who the starter is in that backfield? Is it going to be a split?
I don't think so.
I feel like it should be Pollard, but I don't know what they're doing.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's taken a lot of me to not take a shot at D-Hop here. Does that boy have one ride left in him?
I would do it.
We're gonna find out.
Pause.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that. That's been a special player for a long time. You could catch lightning in
Yeah.
a bottle with D Hop. Shout out D Hop.
Big shout out to D Hop. I used to say
one of my favorite players of his generation.
I was calling him the best receiver in the league in his prime.
Yeah, you think is he a Hall of Famer? Yes or no?
I think he has to be because of the talent. I don't know.
Is his prime
That's
long
the
enough?
question.
The success, though. Yeah, it's tough.
I don't know. All right.
I would have to do a little bit deeper dive into his career to like give
Time for running
Yeah.
back 2. I'm going with a guy who was a top 3 pick last year and is now getting drafted in what is this, the 9th round? Austin Eckler.
Oh, whoa!
He can get you 15 points on a week. I'm fine. As my
All
RB
right.
2.
I'm gonna stash. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna load up on some running backs because I don't have consistent starters. So I'm gonna stash Pollard because he is the number 1 on the depth chart right now. And then people don't know about this. Well, they do, but for some reason he's going ridiculously late. Jerome Ford is a starting running back with arguably the best offensive line in the league. We don't know when we're getting Chubb back. Ford, every time Chubb went out, Ford was the one that was racking up fantasy points. He's going to be RB1 for a few weeks, which I need.
I like that.
That is true.
Jerome Ford's kind of that guy that just, he has his hero moments. He has his hero moments. He win you a game on some random silly crap. He might win a fantasy matchup.
Oh, 100%.
I'll go with a backup tight end here. I'll go with Jake Ferguson.
All right.
I have a weird pick there, but
yeah, he can play a little bit.
He's easily startable in any. I feel comfortable starting him at tight end every week, and now I got him as a backup in case Pitts does not work out. Which, based on your past
point here, where I'm going to go best available because I'm pretty evened out as far as my roster goes. I'm cool with Jordan Ashton. I don't want to lose him to the next guy. Cool with him. I don't know what that quarterback situation this year. Yeah. But I don't hate that.
As a talent, he was great last year. All right. Oh, wow. I did want to see if I could get Chase Brown, too, as a sleeper.
You know what, Joey? You just brought him into my head. I'm probably going to go with a stash pick here and take Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
I was really hovering over it. I knew you were going to take it. I
know. I thought that was Luke's screen for a second. I was like, wait, AJ's doing it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you guys can see it. That's funny. Dude, there are no running backs here. Like, at all. These are all, insane flyers.
Oh, my gosh.
Nick Chubb would have been a good pick for you at that point.
But yeah, that's kind of what I did with
I probably would have taken him even. Oh, Coleman.
I kind of like...
AJ, if I'm you, I'm going with Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, that's what I took. Yeah. Like, he produced a bit. He's a good runner.
He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Dude, how deep are we in this draft? There's no one.
Yeah, we're deep. This is where defenses start getting taken.
Yikes, bro. I think it's
also
I would take Corum, but I've already done a bunch of running backs. I think I need another receiver to stash for me. So I'm going Jameson Williams.
That's a flyer pick, yeah.
Okay, Lockett just went. I'm gonna do it again. This time we're gonna take the rookie. Jacksonville's Brian Thomas Jr. Seen some good things in preseason. No saying he couldn't be T-Law's number 1.
Yeah, he could. Him and Kirk.
Yeah.
All right. We're grasping at straws here. I might be that guy who goes and picks a defense.
Nah, bro. If I was you, I would just throw another running back on my team with this.
I'm taking Caleb Williams. backup
Oh,
QB.
interesting.
Like, to your point, Joey, like, he'd be a fine starter in any league. And Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels just went in round 10. So it's like, you can
That's what I'm
punt the
saying.
quarterbacks this year. But then
Aaron
again, when
Rodgers is
Josh
still
Allen
there,
and Lamar
too.
are staring you in the face, it's like, it's hard to pass those guys up.
Yeah, I guess I can't be mad at Lamar because really, fantasy QBs, it is a lot about rushing, too. If you're rushing touchdowns and getting rushing yards as a quarterback, you're going to finish in the top of fantasy QBs.
Yeah.
So I really can't be mad at that, having Lamar. He could be my running back one.
This guy went Brock Purdy. That's funny. It's weird seeing Justin Herbert fall this low.
Yeah, that is weird. That could be a sleeper quarterback, even. I mean, I don't know who they have as a weapon anymore for him, though.
All right, I'm going the Cowboys defense. They did well for me last year. I don't really care about any of these players anymore. I still only have 3 running backs, but whatever.
All right. I mean, there's a couple receivers again I could try, but I don't think I need to.
I'm with you, AJ. I think we're into defense and kicker territory now.
I think I'm gonna be just like you guys and take defensive kicker. I'll take Justin Tucker. And then I think it is kind of worth a shot here though with Josh Allen having no other weapons to go ahead and just take one of those Bills guys. I do like Shakir though.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for breakouts here.
I mean, kicker, if you don't get one of the top, whatever, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going to... Actually, these guys have kickers behind me. They don't. All right. I think I can wait on the other player I want. I'll go McPherson.
Oh,
Nice.
man. I was going to take Money Mac. Honestly, I like Miami's defense this year. I like the system down there. I like the coaching staff. I think Miami's a good all-around team this year. I'd be confident in riding them out. I'm gonna go with Miami defense.
Solid pick.
Look, in defense, really, you're kind of streaming though some weeks because you're not gonna. For example, you take the Ravens defense; they're great. You're not gonna start them against the Chiefs week 1, so already you're streaming the defense.
I'm to the kicker territory here, fellas. I had Kai Fairburn last year on one of my leagues, and I'm gonna go with him again. He's good for a clutch pick. I'm gonna go with Kai Fairburn.
Oh, big Fairbairn guy.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's one of those like realistically mid-tier fantasy players, but he just has those moments where he has those exciting moments every now and then. I'm gonna go with Kai Fairburn.
I'm kind of salty. I punted. There was 2 running backs I wanted deep down, and I punted on them because the 3 people in front of me needed kickers. So I thought I was going to auto draft them a kicker, and both players got taken.
Who did you want?
One sec. I hate that pick. I wanted either Jaleel McLaughlin or Tyler Algier.
You should take your boy Gibbo, bro. There's Patriots fans over here. You guys should take Gibbo.
I'm not taking a single Patriots player in any capacity in fantasy football.
No? All right. Rounding out my squad here. Another shot. Oh, wait a minute. No, we'll take another shot on a rookie. Donai Mitchell.
That's probably who I was going to take.
Yeah. And now I need a defense. Let's round it out. Oh God, what are these defenses? Oh goodness, I don't love any of these.
See? That's why I got to take one early. Okay. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, these are not.
I already
good.
know who my last pick is.
Guess I'm just gonna take Chargers defense and stream a defense every week. Keep dropping them.
Hey guys, it's AJ. Just a disclaimer, we recorded this episode before Elijah Mitchell was placed on season-ending IR, so that's why whatever you're about to see made sense at the time of this recording. Okay, bye. All right, my last pick. I could be wrong, but I think this guy's second in the depth chart. I don't really think they drafted anyone. And if the starter goes down, this is like a potentially league-altering pick. Elijah Mitchell. If CMC goes down, we all know Elijah Mitchell can handle that.
All right, fellas, I'm on my last pick here. Second to last pick of the draft in general, last pick of any of us. I don't like my own pick with Anthony Richardson. Obviously, is an accidental pick, so I'm going to go with a backup quarterback here. You can miss me with Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to go with Kirky.
Interesting.
I think he could ball out this year a little bit.
The teams are.
You guys don't think? Don't you guys think there could be hypothetically with that team, there wouldn't be weeks where you would think about starting Kirk over Richardson?
Probably not on a weekly basis, but
I'm not saying every week, but every now and then. You don't think you could say, "Hey, I like this matchup." I think Atlanta's offense could be exciting this year. I really do.
The weeks they play Carolina, you could think about that.
Hey, that's 2 games. If you can get a backup quarterback you want to start for 2 games, it's a decent pick.
All right, so that's our draft. Luke, you were drafting first, so do you want to go a little rundown of your team?
Sure, for sure. Overall, pretty happy. I'll just give you the starting lineup then. Anthony Richardson at quarterback. If you listen to the whole pod, I hovered my mouse. Haven't had this. I hovered my mouse over that and it selected him. But I really like my depth at wide receiver and running back. I got Mixon and Henry. I don't think there's a true RB1 there, but those are like 2 solid RB2s. Drake London, I think I got him at like way later than you would have thought. Snagton, let me see. Does it say where you drafted a guy?
You picked him like number 39, I think.
Something like that. Love that value. I went Tyreek Hill with the number 5 pick because I think a couple of those running backs at the top are, going to have good years, but I just don't know if they're worth a number 2 pick. I think Tyreek was the safer job there. And then I like T Higgins at my flex spot, like you said, AJ. Jamar Chase, there's some question marks there this year. I think there could be weeks where he really balls. I'll take T Higgins as a flex all day. So, pretty happy with the squad.
Nice. I'm happy with my team overall. I had the 6th pick overall. I mean, running back, it's clearly not what I want to, but I think in other areas I made up for it. I went Jefferson at the 6, and then I took Puka Nacua over some guys over here on the right. You can see like Kyron Williams. He has injury history. Isaiah Pacheco, I would not have felt comfortable with him as an RB1, to be honest. Picking him over guys like Nacua or other people like Devontae Adams or something like that. So I went Jefferson and Puka Nacua. And then I got Josh Allen, probably always going to be a top 2, top 3 fantasy quarterback, obviously. And then Rachaad White. I brought him up last episode, like I said. Probably the most underrated fantasy player based on his rankings. I'm usually running back 4 last year. I don't know if he can recreate that, but if he can be top 8, then that's fine by me. Pitt's kind of a high flyer. I mean, like we were saying, if the Falcons' offense is going to be what we think it could be with Kirk Cousins now at the helm, I think Pitts will have his best year by far. I like this pick a lot. Jalen Waddle's my flex. He's really like a boom player. He can give you like 27 on any given day. So having him with Jefferson and Nacua, I think that kind of rounds out my team. I got a lot of receiver depth. Tank Dell, McLaurin, those guys are easily startable in any league. Again, running backs, it's kind of these are just like handcuff backups. But that Cowboys defense, dude, every time they play the Giants, that's 25 plus points.
Yeah.
It'll be a week.
AJ, let me stop you though. Let me stop you. Are you? I don't know. I'm not saying anything against the guy. Every year in the NFL, I just feel like, oh, this could be the year for Kyle Pitts. This could be the year for Kyle Pitts. This could be the year for Kyle Pitts. It's just kind of been a lot of talk about potential, and he could be this, he could be that. I haven't really seen the young man do jack squat in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean it's fair, but like I feel
It's a
like
tight end pick. I'm just focusing on one guy.
there.
What do you say?
But like that's the same thing with Drake London. Drake London really hasn't done anything. He'll get
Yeah.
you like 20 points once every 5 weeks. But
I mean,
all of a sudden he's a 3rd round pick, so it's like we know what Kirk Cousins can do with players for sure. But like that's why I got Jake Ferguson. Like Jake Ferguson's like a crazy red zone threat for Dak Prescott. Like he was really good last year. So Pitts doesn't if you give Pitts like 3 weeks, he doesn't work out. I'll just slide Ferguson in there. He's good for 12 points.
Yeah, we did not hit on running backs though, AJ.
No, we did not.
As your 2 is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Hey, he could boom though. He can catch some passes out the backfield. Brian Robinson is not a receiving back by any means.
Yeah.
He does not really catch passes that much.
That's true. But all right, we're on my roster here. Look, receivers, I smashed it. Being able to get Jamar Chase at 9. You guys, the last time we saw Chase and Burrow healthy together is when we said Jamar Chase is like one of the best receivers in the league because he boomed. And I think if Burrow's healthy, he's going to do it again. I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, we're not in the Bengals camp or whatever, but they're gonna figure it out. They're not going to let this talent not play, and that's when Chase is going to boom. So happy with him. Happy with Garrett Wilson on the turn there too. With Rodgers, as a talent, Wilson is incredible to watch. Now that he's got a quarterback and he's the clear wide receiver 1, and we know Rodgers had a tendency to feed his wide receiver 1s in the past. Devontae Adams, wide receiver, one of the best receivers in fantasy and the best receivers in the league. Rodgers fed him. Jordy Nelson before that. When Rodgers gets a wide receiver 1 that's talented, he feeds him. So
let me ask you this, Joey. As it pertains to Garrett Wilson, wouldn't you have played if you were the Jets coaching staff? Wouldn't you have let Rodgers play a little bit in this preseason? I would have.
It's a good question.
I didn't agree with them not playing him at all after missing all that time last year. That could affect Garrett Wilson's production for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think they opted to give him a little more rest, and I'm sure Rodgers doesn't even want to be playing in the preseason too. He might have had some say.
I think he'll be rusty, man. I really do. I don't think you can simulate game action.
Yeah, no, it's.
I'm someone when it comes to the preseason. I say for starting NFL quarterback, at least a couple series. I'm not a don't play him at all in the preseason supporter.
Yeah.
So I think Wilson get off to a slow start.
But either way, it doesn't change the fact that he's going to be he's a talented receiver and a wide receiver 1. Like it's like Justin Jefferson, for example. You don't expect anything from this quarterback, but you're not going to not take Justin Jefferson because of how talented he is.
And I like your wide receiver depth too. So I don't think it'll hurt you too much if that even does happen.
True. Yeah. No. Then I would say I'm happy with getting Pittman too. I think he's quietly one of the most consistent receivers in fantasy. Like no one looks at him as like a flashy name, but he's 6'4" and consistently producing.
I mean, him and Anthony Richardson in the red zone Richardson progresses and Pittman continues to be that elite athlete that he is. I mean, that could feed families for generations. So,
no facts, dude. But
it's not living.
But then, this is where it got a little dicey. I kind of went away from my own strats here. Normally, I'm the kind of guy that waits on a QB and waits on a tight end. I like to wait till marriage, right? Like wait till later rounds.
That's crazy.
I'm a classy guy. All right,
that's crazy.
I'm not asking for a tight end on the third date here, or the third round. All right, I'm a classy guy, but I kind of strayed away from my my morals here and went with Kelsey and then Lamar Jackson, which you can't complain about having those guys who are absolute studs. but it put me in a position to have Aaron Jones as my running back 1 and Javonte Williams next, which is like, okay, I could get lucky on them, right? And like, if they could give me, I'm not asking them to do everything, right? I just need, if they could get me 10 points, I would probably have to live with that for my running backs. And that's when I went and stashed guys like Zeke, Pollard, Ford, who I mentioned, honestly will probably slot in for me for the first few weeks. Not gonna lie, I might just put Ford up there and I'll start in lineup. So I've got running backs that are iffy. One of them booms, I will be fine because, like I said, receivers are stacked. Lamar Jackson's going to be one of the best QBs, and Kelsey's going to be one of the best tight ends.
Yeah. I like all of our teams, to be honest. I think we did. I mean, Joey and I ended up kind of similar with the lack of running backs, but I think we all had our own kind of takes on things.
I think one person of the three of us definitely built the best roster, top to bottom.
He wasn't the guy who misclicked, but
yeah, I mean, some tough one there. I don't hate Anthony Richardson as a player or a fantasy option. If you're giving me a safer pick, I would rather have Lamar, but that's not going to bring my team down. I think this, hypothetically, my team really could win a championship.
I will say this. If you go to Luke's team for a second too, I will say that even though Richardson was a misclick, he was the first quarterback drafted on ESPN's Fantasy Football Marathon by Adam Schefter. He was the first QB off the board. So
yeah, it's not a bad pick by any means. I have him in Dynasty, and he was carrying my team for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, he might low-key be something to be excited about.
I mean, his game was almost made for fantasy football. He is a fantasy type guy.
Yeah,
that's obvious to say. I know people are thinking, "Duh," but it's worth saying. Like he is like a fantasy classic dual threat fantasy type player.
I'm pretty sure the game he got hurt, he had 2 rushing touchdowns.
I'm sure he did.
He did in the first quarter. I remember that.
Yeah, he was like at 20 points already.
I think guys like that, when they get hurt, I think with a dual threat guy like that who runs a lot, I think you think about how he's going to play when he comes back. Does he start sliding more? Does he start sliding earlier? Does he throw the ball away more? That's the only storyline to watch with him. Anytime you get hurt like that and you're a guy that takes off running a lot, I'm looking for your first couple games back to see if anything with your instincts have changed. That's all I would say about that. There was a story out of joint practice. The Colts had joint practice with the Bengals, and there was some noise coming out of there that he was throwing the ball away and not taking as many chances and blah, blah, blah. That was a joint practice. But overall, I'm just wondering to see kind of what comes of that, because he's got someone you want to see on the field because he's really exciting.
Yeah, he was kind of a guy that his injuries didn't allow him to progress at all. He got injured in week 2, I think, and then he missed week 3 and then came back, got injured again. So it was you weren't able to see any development at all. He was just kind of what he was for 4 games, and then he got injured. So it'll be interesting to see right away this season what he's like.
Sure. Question for you guys too. Something I noticed on the picks chart. I don't know if you could scroll towards where James Cook was drafted on your right there, AJ. But I think both of you guys seem to pass on him. You guys not like him as a pass catcher, talented running back? You
like him.
You took Mixon over him, and I think AJ you had another one over him.
He was before. I would have taken him if he got to here, Rachaad White. I would have taken him easily over Rachaad White, but I wasn't really looking because Kyron and Isaiah were both above him when I picked Puka.
Oh yeah,
and I think actually the guy who picked James Cook went down further to pick him. It wasn't he was second on the board. He was a little bit down the board. I saw him, but if he was here when I picked Rachaad White, I definitely would have taken him.
Yeah. What about you, Luke, with Mixon?
I can't say I have a strong opinion on that. I've never been a big Bills running back guy because of how mobile and how involved Josh Allen is with their rushing game. I can't say I have a strong opinion, but I'll say that I never liked taking running backs with mobile quarterbacks in fantasy.
He does catch a lot of passes, though, I will say.
I'm
Like,
sure he
James
does.
Cook will be the main focal point of that offense, other than Josh Allen, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Josh Allen is. I hate to say this. I don't like predicting things like this, but I could see Josh Allen honestly getting hurt this year. You can mark that as a
Whoa.
prediction because I mean, first of all, the guy has a reckless playing style to begin with. If we're being honest, he's all over the place. Exciting some plays you're like, what the heck is this guy doing? His weapons have gotten worse. Stephon Diggs ain't walking through that door. And I don't know. I could see him running for his life this year and popping his shoulder or something like that. I really could. So much pressure on him going into this year. My God, who has more pressure on them on a team than Josh Allen? Not many quarterbacks in the NFL. A lot of pressure on him.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
There's definitely been some criticism of him, but like, if his team got better, I would say there's definitely the most pressure on him. But like, they kind of took away his weapons. Like,
I'm
he
not
doesn't
really
have
talking.
anyone.
AJ, I'm not really talking about necessarily fan pressure or pressure to prove that he's a good player. I'm more talking about pressure,
Like, internally.
like just like a team that is so dependent upon someone to be good.
Oh yeah.
The Bills are not doing anything without a
Or
Pro
him or
Bowl caliber year.
Justin
in
Herbert,
Josh Allen.
maybe.
So I'm not saying fans aren't going to think he's good, like that type of pressure. I'm talking about like bottom line results pressure.
and I don't
Yeah,
know what
that's a
they're
fair
doing
take.
though. I don't know what they're doing getting rid of his weapons receivers. He was
Didn't-
he pretty much
I can
he was leading the league in interceptions. I don't know if I don't think he finished with the league lead, but he was second. And then you take away.
Joey, I can tell you they mishandled the cap to put themselves in that situation. They had as much cap issues last offseason as anybody.
But like they'll still be a good team. Like, because like they got Keon Coleman, they got Shakur, who actually wasn't that bad of a receiver. By the end of last year, he was like borderline a receiver too, with Gabe Davis being such a hit or miss guy. I don't think Gabe Davis is a huge miss. I think you can fill his shoes. You bring Curtis Samuel, a guy who can run out of the backfield, maybe take some pressure off of Josh Allen's legs. But obviously, you can't really replace a guy like Stephon Diggs, and they didn't. But I don't think their team's going to be. Their offense is not going to be that horrible. I don't think. That could be a hot take, but I don't think. Because if I remember correctly, like Stephon Diggs would go like a decent amount of weeks doing not a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'd check at halftime and he'd have like 2 catches for 12 yards and they'd still be up by like 10 points. So it's like,
No,
get the young guys in.
I don't think there'll be a bad offense like because if Allen is, who he's been regarded as one of the best QBs in the league, then this should be fine. And Cook's talented, Kincaid's talented. Like, I like the rookie Keon Coleman too. I was going to take him as a sleeper late in this draft, but it was sniped. I think guys, they're just young and without a Diggs, it's gonna be harder for Allen, who's a guy that already throws a lot of picks.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it. Let us know in the comments who has the best team. We'll put up the final team lists in the corner because it could be hard to see.
You already know.
I don't know, Luke.
That
Drake London wide receiver 2 could bring you down. Also, last thing I'll say, week 14, 12, and 6, we're all losing. We would all lose in a hypothetical if this is a real league. Like, our entire teams have bye weeks of 14, 12, and 6.
Oh, so. Dang.
I didn't even look at that to the ends. But
I've never drafted off of that in fantasy. I've never really looked at that.
I bite the bullet on that sometimes because I just take the player that I think is going to be the best. But that does make it a shaky week.
I don't base my team off that by any means, but like Jefferson, Puka, and Jalen Waddle all have bye week 6s, so it's like there's no realm that I would even win that week.
Bro.
But I wouldn't have taken like someone else just to prevent that. So
yeah.
Anyways, 3 good teams. Got some good analysis, good choices. Let us know again who has the best team in the comments down below. And for Joey Donahue, Luke Sorello, and AJ Fernrohr, see you guys next time.